Okay, well, welcome to another edition of Baskets Galore. This is season 2, and we have Inga with us today.
Hi.
And we are approaching the end of season 2, and we're addressing each of our objectives as we reach the end of this particular period of time, which is mid-July of 2025. And one of our objectives was preparing for video caption generator for automation. So I wanted to bring you in at this point, Inga, as I would say the lead creative director in the company, and introduce you to the audience. We have been working towards a generator of video captions. And the reason for that, as I explained to you, is that to turn unstructured data into structured data, which can become structured data for automation. So as we go through this stage of educating our own internal agents, I wanted to give them a sort of like a mother figure, so to speak, a human, a real life human that is the source of origin for a lot of this insight and data and structuring. So with that in mind, I think we'll just start at the very start in terms of where this whole idea and concept came from. So if you wanted to introduce yourself and who you are and what you're about and whatever, so that the audience has an idea as to the sort of person you are.
I would be a person who would always be behind the scenes, so behind the camera. So this is why you don't see me too much. As Neil said, we try to count how many videos or images I have done. So most of videos which we have on our iCloud, I would have done. So it would be about 80% of them.
I would agree. For the static images, 80% would be as a result of your camera lens. Yeah,
most of them would be like, not most of them, but some of them would be spontaneous images, because I would be that person who would catch a moment and would see beauty in every moment. So this is why the result of it would be loads of images on our iCloud, which we can use now to structurize. So yeah, this is what I was doing mostly all the time for 2-3 years, I guess. So now I came on board to help with structurizing the images and writing captions. So here we go.
So the blue sky element of stuff, if we can go back in time to probably, if I could just go quickly with it, is that 2018 was the automation of the robots, JSONs and whatever through e-commerce websites. So you could see JSON breadcrumbs and whatever through Google. So that obviously got us thinking along the lines of the future as to what's coming with the robots and the technology. So that was back in 2018. We were sort of interrupted a little bit by COVID. That struck in, what was it, February of 2020?
Springtime, I remember the beginning, I think. Or even the end of winter.
That's right. So the adaptation of cloud servers, because previously before that, obviously all of your images and videos and whatever, it was really, really intensive on hard drives. So you needed to put them onto a shared drive. There was no real incentive to create more, wasn't it? Because it consumed a lot of storage resources. So I'd say 2018, using iCloud commercially, was basically the start of saying, well, we're not really so much restricted by storage anymore. We're restricted by imagination. You came on board around about that time as well, and it was like I'd say quite a lot of your early design stuff would have been more sort of creative, making pictures, products, that type of stuff. But over time, it's changed away from product towards more sort of artistic, conceptual, marketing, visual as as the internal dynamics of
Yeah.
the company have changed.
Mhm.
So if we go past quickly from COVID,
Yeah.
COVID came along and interrupted our structure. I would say
Change the plan.
it changed the plan.
Yeah.
And it set us back, I would say, because it became much more operational, didn't it?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that period of time? Was it distressing or whatever?
Yeah,
or
it was scary. Yeah, here in this company, you could feel that it's much, much busier. And I remember at the end of the year, whenever we started to get ready for Christmas, it was so busy that you could not think too much about taking pictures, maybe. So yeah, it was overwhelming, and it took all the energy from us to work more on operations, as you said.
Yeah, I think that was the case. Anything that you tried to do marketing wise, externally wise, because you're e-commerce, you were a warehouse and whatever, such a demand for your product at that stage became everything strategic in terms of marketing, technology, and whatever had to take a back seat to that. But obviously, it didn't last forever.
Thanks God.
And after we came out of it, how did everybody feel?
Still scared of contact to each other. I don't know, maybe more closed up. Yeah, but also they all wanted maybe missed the connection with each other, socializing, so wanted to get out more. Yeah, right. So this is why we started to get out to make more videos and photos outside this company.
Yeah, I think it was a response to the emergency situation and whatever. I think it was a human response.
Yeah.
I think
natural reaction.
A natural response to it. Yeah. And rather than resist it and we'll say no, we'll take a break from it or whatever. We said no, let's keep trying to make things better. Let's try to make things more. Let's tap into this unique moment in time. So I would say the following 2 or 3 summers were there was a shift in how we conduct things. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did feel that. At the beginning, we just started it and we were maybe a bit, not scared, but didn't know what we were doing. But when we moved on and we started to do more greater quality images, I think, as you say, 4-star images, where you could see not only products, but also person. Yeah. People, personality in it.
I think there was a moment there. I think I looked through the iCloud. I think it's February the 16th or something like that of 2021.
Okay.
And it's the first time that there's actually 2 people actually giving a picture, giving a hamper to the other person. And
so people could come much closer to each other, right? And
and it sounds like such a simple thing to do.
Yeah.
But whenever you are in business and you're fulfilling and you're making and you're producing, then there's a natural temptation and a natural urge towards just make the product.
Yeah.
And then you see people going, okay, well, I'll make the props nicer, I'll make the background nicer or whatever, but that's not sufficient innovation, is it? You have to imagine your customer, how they're seeing it and how they are imagining the usage of that. So I'd say the last 3-4 years has been a major move towards the accumulation of images and video which would reflect a societal human need. Okay. How did you go about doing that, Inga?
You mean creating images with more people? I liked it because I love photographing people, and I had more freedom to do what I like, and just had freedom to use my creativity to create something meaningful for a company and, of course, for myself a little bit. So yeah, I could be more creative of showing to our customers how the receiver of the gift would feel if they would receive gift in different kind of situations.
Okay. I remember we have a laugh about it now. We would always be arguing about the style format of those pictures. I would constantly be saying landscape.
And I didn't understand. because I was always concentrated on social media content, which usually should be in portrait mode. And Neil was saying, you need to do more landscape. So I started to do it more and more. And then now I understand why.
It was a very difficult time for me, that 2021 to 24, because everybody wanted to do social media.
Yeah.
If I put any advert up for a digital assistant or whatever to assist the company, they all wanted to do social media. And everybody wanted to do that. And I just said,
you just didn't want to go
it's not
with everybody.
Because you knew that end-to-end encryption was ending in November 24. What's the point of gathering all of these
investing
this
time and energy
on
and money
somebody else's platform? It's not commercially viable. And I was looking for the longer game. So the addition of landscape was so important in terms of what it would be able to be done. You can use that landscape in YouTube. You can use it in other platforms and whatever. But most importantly, you can use it within your own automation processes. It fills the screen better. So we will go on to. We talked about the pictures being 80% you. In terms of the videos, what share do you think it is?
So it would be, of course, less, because I was not creating videos too much at the very beginning after post-COVID or COVID timing. So it would be around, I don't know, 49, 50, something like this.
That's very specific. I would say exactly the same. I would say that between you and me, I'm not going to say I'm the brains and you're the heart.
I would say this.
I would say you are very much heart.
Very much.
And then you apply brain to that heart. And I would say I try to see the two things. And rather than one person being one and one being another, I think we are all a combination of the things. So when we are looking at the video, I would say 49% is me and 49% is you, and there's 2% of others, because we were the ones that were can I say that, forcing this through. It was a strategic purpose that we were imagining, wasn't it? We were saying there's going to be an end result to this. What's it going to be? Not 100% certain what it is, but there's going to be an end result. And so if we take the elements of the business, which are happy, joyful, challenging, an experience, and capture that, then when the time comes for agentic automation or AI or anything like that, because you knew it was coming, you knew the machines were coming, didn't you? You just didn't know in which way or which direction, but you knew they were coming, so you knew you needed to gather as much data as possible and know how to structure it. So I would say that you focused in on the people and the actions and the emotions of it. I focused in on the logistics, the communications, the organization of it, the management of it, because at the end of the day, we have to remember that we're doing this for, our customers. We're doing this for ourselves, and we're doing this for society, aren't we? That's what all businesses operate within an environment. But the customers is who pays our wages to be able to do this. So that's our purpose. That's what we're structuring our content for, to make it more enjoyable, better experience for the customers. So the combination of those two styles of videos, I want to ask you now that you're structuring it. How did we decide to break all of those videos down? Because people will be saying, well, that's really interesting, but there has to be a formula here. What's the magic formula that you've taken with all of your videos, and what did we do?
Do you mean 3-second thing? So now I am, or I don't know if somebody else is doing it, but cutting all the videos, landscape videos, to 3-second videos. And then I know that whenever you will combine all of them, you will make I don't know, how do you say this? Automation thing, So 3-second. Maybe you could tell me why is it 3-second?
Well, it relates to a musical note.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So like a musical note is around, if you do classical music or whatever, a classical music will be in, if you can't do it with modern music, but with classical music, you can apply like 3-second video bursts and apply it to classical music, and it makes sense. So
interesting.
None of us are musical. so we have to find a sort of like a cheat code, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
To it, because we can't play any musical instrument, and it doesn't make sense to you. You use the music and apply it artistically or beautifully in whichever way you think. We're also using 3 seconds because it's the attention span of a human being.
Yeah.
I think it's based on.
It's getting less and less.
Yeah, 2.8 seconds. And when you combine the scenes, it has to combine into something which takes less than 30 seconds. Otherwise, people's not interested in participating or watching. So it's applying mathematical formula into video.
Yeah.
The other reason why we do it this way is because there has to be a formula that you can scale. So if you didn't have it as the same standard length, then you wouldn't be able to start structuring your data. Sure, you wouldn't. Everybody would put it off.
Yeah.
There would be no final point. You wouldn't have okay, well, that's the project completed that you can then put into your closed loop system.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to move on now to where we see this going. Okay. When we have our image caption generator created,
yes,
we are going to be able to apply that to video, because what you see in a video is similar to what you see in an image.
Yeah.
Okay. So how we've trained it in terms of images is how we're going to train it in terms of video. But we're going to add 2 more pieces of JSON code to
images?
Those captions to make them human.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it was that you decided those 2 lines of code would be, Inga?
5 senses all human have, right? Touch.
Touch.
Smell. No.
Smell.
Can we?
Yes.
Yeah. Smell. What else? I need to remember.
Feel. No,
feel.
was it touch, smell.
Feel. How you feel about it. So it's empathy, maybe more.
Hear.
What you hear.
Taste.
Taste.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the aspects in a picture, which nobody really codes.
Yeah.
So,
and robots, they would not have these feelings. So
so that's whereby you're appearing to add value, and you're doing that in a video rather than a picture.
Yes.
Right, because there's an aspect of motion and actions and whatever which makes it stand out. And then
empathy.
Okay. How do you feel in that? So I guess in a way what we were saying is that we're going to add a couple of lines of code to something which has been automated to keep on making it grow and become better.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a really clever, interesting take on programming AI, doing so from the context of an existing business trying to sell the product, service, concept, idea, and just bringing added value to it in a way that had never been done before, and putting it out there to see how the robots and how the AI interprets it. I thought it was kind of unusual and a unique way of seeing things. So these are the things that we're doing in a little gift basket and hamper company in the UK and in Ireland. I think it's very interesting and
different.
Yeah. So I'm going to probably wrap up here and say, well, where do you see us going with this? What's your take on it? You know, in July of 2025, you've been working here for, I don't know what,
almost 6 years.
6 years. You've that journey line in terms of how you've come as a person. So I want to sort of like to take a little bit of individual authorship of yourself, of it was you and I that most of you that took the pictures, it's you and I that created the videos. You know, where do you sort of like, where do you feel that you are on this now? And then I'll wrap up with.
I think I'm like a different person here because, as I don't know if I'm going to the right way now what I'm saying, but I have done a lot of photos here, which I really enjoyed, and now I'm structurizing them, which I need to do like captions. So it's maybe less creative, enjoyable work for me, but it gives me, how do you say? Makes me stronger to do something different, and maybe not the most pleasant things, but still something what you need to do. And it makes me stronger. I don't know if it's the right answer.
I think that's a lovely way of doing it. I couldn't have scripted that better myself. It's taking elements of the automation and the AI, and I feel very much the same way with it. It's like there's lots of things I really don't want to do.
Yeah. But you need to.
If you'd have said to me 2 years ago, I'm going to be doing podcasts, I'm going to be doing on the video so much, I'd have gone, no, that's not what I want to do. But as I've got into it, I've understood how it makes you better. It
grows you as a personality, I think. Yeah.
And I'd say that would probably be our final point with structuring all of this data. It is horrible. I would say it's very, very tough. It takes a lot of work.
Energy, and you need to think more. Yeah, when you're doing something from your heart, like taking photos, I don't need to use brain too much because I'm going with a feeling, and here I need to think more, which,
I think
working.
I think the interesting aspect is that it's not a straight line to get from A to B where you want to go. Yeah. There's lots of ups and downs. There's lots of circulations. There's lots of roundabouts and detours and whatever often. And it's been a very interesting journey. And, you know, I would say we're at the stage now whereby that journey line is sort of coming towards a sort of like a crossroads, really, whereby we're sort of filling in. I know in terms of the structuring of this data, there had to be a formula for what we chose to structure because there was just, I think there was 8,000 videos. So if you imagine if you broke every single one down and did it, I know some people will say, oh, well, just put that through a machine or whatever, but the machine can only look out for what you program it to look out to see.
So this is why we need to invest our energy, our brain work. So it generates more,
it generates a vision for the transformers. It gives them an insight into it. Also, what it does, and the reason for the challenge of humanity, I call it the application being AI and AI being application. If you are not comfortable with how data is structured and how to structure data, then whenever the automation processes are in play, how can you judge what's gone wrong or what is right about the automation? In other words, there's a danger whereby you're producing more and more rubbish results. And you're starting to see that now in some of the discoveries that early movers have been doing by taking on machine learning, is that it gets them so far and then it just dies. It just runs out of growth potential, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think that the way that we've structured images and video and it coming from our heart and soul, I think should enable us to keep on growing. And the skills, the difficult skills that we've learned and that we are learning and that is challenging us are things that we can use to judge the automations as they come back to us.
Yes.
So I'll let you say the final thing.
Yeah, so like in life, at work, we are also connecting heart and brain. So the same with images and structurizing it.
I wanted to have a core data, which was unadulterated by AI nonsense and was us. And before it started going into AI helping, that anything that was being suggested to us could be critiqued and analyzed by us internally and dismissed if it did not sufficiently reflect our core values, our core energy or core spirit, because ultimately we're all on a journey together.
Yes.
And we don't want it to be going off in a route or a direction that we don't want it to.
Yes.
Because then it's not reflecting us, it's reflecting something else entirely.
And as you say, real human in this company, real human are writing real descriptions of the images, and all of them have different perspectives when looking at the image. And it's so interesting that the same image can be described differently by different people. So,
okay. Yep. I think that does us. Thank you very much, Inga, for joining me here in one of the final episodes of season 2. I think next week is the final element of it, and then we go out more onto sort of like projector, sort of how we applied it, how we did these things, and the results of this at this stage. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
Bye bye.